鈴木高政です。静岡カントリー浜岡コース、私の大好きなゴルフ場です。ただいま。
Officer Vasquez, control your lady friend. This bridge is no place for a woman.
Yes, Commander.
Command nothing, kitchen wench.
Oh no, it's a podcast.
Oh gosh.
Oh no. Who would have thought this time of year, this part of the country, directly over my internet, a podcast? Like always, it's a special podcast with too much to talk about. A wearying amount of things to talk about, which is like every week. I keep assuming we're going to have like 1 week where the news is just low and we'll have an absurd conversation about the best controllers or something. But that is not the case. It depends which era, but overall, the Xbox Series X. And that's the final.
A tier.
A tier. What do you think? 8-bit? 8-bit era? I mean, the NES is a great controller that's durable, will last forever, but it has got some sharp corners.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo
really
might be peak, but the problem is I have big hands, so I really like the Genesis controller.
Slightly bigger, more rounded corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturn's pretty good. Look, we're not going to get into it. Look, we have a podcast and things to talk about. And we're super excited that everybody's here to join us as I start to meander on topics that I would normally talk about privately. Not publicly. not to expose my shame. That being said, Jason, how are things?
Not too bad. So this week, it's been spring break for my two girls. So my wife and I took some time off to do some things with them, and we went to the Museum of Fine Art, which was awesome. They were doing we didn't know at the time until we got there, but when we got there, we found out they were doing an exhibition on Himalayan art. And they also had a smaller exhibition on Southeast Asian art. They even had one room that was Japanese art. So it was really cool to see these other art forms and stuff. They had the normal European art, which is still excellent. Not to denigrate it in any way. It's just that at this point in time they were specifically doing an exhibition on Himalayan art, and they had several rooms that were really awesome. We went to lunch, and then after lunch, that was kind of the down, how to say this. Well, after lunch, we went to a museum of contemporary art, and that was crap. I just to give you kind of an idea, about half the exhibits there looked as if they belonged in like a middle school art fair rather than in an actual gallery. And about maybe a third of them were like definite feminist bent to the art. So for some weird reason, that meant a lot of genitals. I don't know why, but it seems like if you are doing feminist art, you can't do like good stuff. You have to do like.
So you
naked
lingered in this
people.
section quite a bit.
Oh yeah. That was the.
It's almost
Well,
like women comedians.
it wasn't-
It's always about like their genitals and sleeping around.
Yeah, it just seems really. It just seemed really odd. It's like, well, how is this supposed to be feminist? I mean, I guess it's feminist because it's usually naked women, but I still don't get how that's supposed to be empowering. I obviously
I mostly
that art
feel
was not for
shame
me.
when it comes to the human
Yeah.
form.
One person in the chat says you have no shame, so
Well, that's
I can't see
Chance,
who's
by the
Chance.
way.
I thought it might be him, it's kind of cut off there. So
It's
anyway,
not even so much that I have no shame; it's I feel no shame. Those two being different.
Yeah. There's shame there, but I refuse to feel it.
I ignore such shame.
But yeah, so like I said, the first museum was amazing. It, just having some of the culture, the exposure to the Asian culture and stuff like that was awesome. And then the very high art, as they say, and then we go to this very much let down afterwards. I can't say that contemporary art has ever inspired me. My wife remarked to me at one point. She said, "Yeah." She said something like, "It made me feel stuff. I don't know that it made me feel good stuff."
Chance weighs in and says, "I had a feminist train tell me that prostitution was a form of empowerment. She was being serious." Shake my head. Is it empowering, Silver? Is prostitution empowering?
No.
Why not?
I don't know how you can see it as empowering.
Well, that Oscar recently,
you debase your body and sell it for money
Yeah,
as if you were a used piece of meat.
Yourself to an item. Yeah.
It's now empowering to be objectified.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
And we had the Oscars recently, and that one movie that won a number of Oscars, and they're all thanking the sex workers. It's like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Oscars used to be about the pinnacle of movie making.
That's what we thought it was about, but it was really about the most popular film within the Academy, and then it became mostly about the politics of the most popular film, and now it's just the politics. It's just...
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has degraded over the years. I guess I shouldn't say that we thought it was the best movie, because it never was the best movie.
The naive of us thought it was the best
most
movie.
Popular. Yeah.
I thought it was the best movie of the year. That's what they were picking.
Yeah, but the best movie according to them, not necessarily the best movie according to the viewers. It's the best movie according to the Academy. And now it's no longer the best movie according to the Academy. It's the movie with the best politics according to the Academy.
They should literally just add an award of the most successful, like the cynically movie that made the most money.
Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome.
It's like
and to the movie that made the most money.
Everybody liked this movie over all of the other garbage that we've presented here today. Crudes 2.
I would love to have Ricky Gervais present that award.
Despicable Me 7. Yay.
Oh yeah. Despicable Me.
Silver, how's it going?
Spring break is useless.
Yes, it is. It's a waste of your time. Spring break is harder than the normal school
Monday.
semester.
Oh yeah. I had an exam Monday of spring break.
What?
And then yeah. And then I spent the rest of the time doing a presentation.
Okay, I have graduated from college 3 times, and I never once had a test set during spring break. Yes, I had, professors say this is due when you get back, and so there were things like that, but I never once had a professor say, "Okay, your test is on Monday, spring break starts your first day of spring break and you've got a test." What? So dumb.
Had to go into the testing center and everything. It was me and 3 people sitting in the testing center wishing we were dead.
The testing center is the most depressing place.
Seriously.
It is so depressing.
You could feel it, it's quiet, but you could feel tangible anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stress is so bad.
Oh, love it. I actually did nerdy stuff as opposed to went and saw garbage art shaped like lady genitalia. Played some Hearts of Iron 4.
Really?
I know. I watched Andor. I finished that. I'm caught up with Daredevil. Started watching Crimson Tide, which is a great Gene Hackman movie. Love me some submarines and some geopolitical drama. Super tight.
I did finish an anime. I just remembered. I finished
one too.
Ew.
I finished Daily Life of the Immortal King, season 2.
I
It's a fun
refuse to touch that one. Silver, what did you watch?
And I watched Beastars.
Oh, you finish it?
Yeah.
Season
My
2 is not
gosh.
as good as season 1.
No, and then it goes into season 3, and then it ends, and it's like, there's no more final season. Just leave you there. I'm like, okay.
Don't you find it weird that they spend all this time trying not to eat like other animals, and he eats one leg and becomes the Incredible Hulk?
Yeah, I know. Also, there's so many things wrong with that. He does that whole fight when he could have just went to the police, like, what happened to the weird snake lady? Anyone who doesn't know the show, you're probably like, what the heck is
Who's
going on right
enormous?
now? Yeah. Why did he go to the snake thing? She showed up and went, find the killer, and then disappeared.
Yeah, it's the show is contradictory because it's like we've had this discussion before, but it's like unlike what's that stupid Pixar thing where animals,
Zootopia.
it's like finding acceptance.
Oh,
It's like Beastars, you shouldn't hang out with one another. Like
Right,
it's
I
literally
believe it was
saying that
Brand New Animal.
segregation is the conclusion because these types of animals can actually coexist. And it even advocates for carnivores eating herbivores because it makes them like jacked and super huge.
Yeah, it's like they're on steroids or something.
Like immediate mega steroids.
Yeah. Meat is performance-enhancing drugs.
Shockingly. Well, guys, it's a special podcast. Well, every podcast is special. I've been thinking about the big news that's come out this week. The big topics. The big... Because I spent about an hour and a half talking about how much I enjoyed Daredevil last week. We don't need to go into the ins and outs. Episode 3's come out. It's pretty good. I've soured a bit on my perspective of the first 2 episodes, but I'm still sort of open and waiting to see. As far as Disney Plus content, it's better than the other stuff. But you would assume Daredevil, which everybody's been praised, the original Daredevil is like peak Marvel. It gets the superhero right. We've all been waiting for it to the point where they've been dropping hints of Daredevil in other shows. They've been talking about Daredevil. I mean, we saw Kingpin cameo in 2 shows. We got a Daredevil cameo in Echo. We got Daredevil cameo in the last Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
The shadow of
I
Daredevil
did
looms
like
large.
that Easter egg. I did like that Easter egg in the last Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Anyway, the Daredevil shadow looms large over Marvel, and there was a lot of expectations when it came to the show.
Right.
It seems to be underperforming. Born Again's first week is lower than that of Agatha, as well as Acolyte.
Really?
Nobody's watching Daredevil.
Now, you've seen it. You've seen the first 3 episodes now.
Yes.
And your take is that it's better than what has been in the past, but not quite. It's not quite living up to Daredevil season 1, right?
No, it's not as good as previous Daredevil, but it at least feels earnest, like it's trying to take itself seriously. It's better than practically all of the Disney Plus stuff. Andor is really good, but it's all right. It's not amazing, which is essentially my conclusion.
Now, would you say that the reason that the numbers are so bad is because people are gun shy about it, that they don't want to go to it because everything else up to this point has been so bad, or would you say that people are tired of this stuff and don't want any more of it?
Well, see, that's kind of the point of the discussion of the podcast. Like, what is going on exactly with this sort of thing? Because not to derail from the topic of Daredevil, but I'm going to bring up really quickly. You know what? We'll set this aside, but Captain America also performed really poorly. Now, as far as the question as to what's going on with Daredevil, I sort of propose the possibility that superheroes, we're all kind of burnt out on it. Or maybe the superhero genre is dead, or maybe even Marvel is dead. I think superheroes in general, they've kind of burned that bridge, and I don't know how they regain it at this point. To give you more specific information, let's see, Acolyte performed so poorly it was shelved after 1 season, but managed 11.1 in its first week. Agatha All Along, 9.3 in its first week, and was also the only season they're getting. Daredevil did 7.4 by comparison. Nobody's watching Daredevil. There could be a myriad of problems. It's not called Daredevil Season 4. There's a lot of anticipation that they're going to ruin it when compared to other. Like how is it ever going to live up to what we've previously had? Perhaps there is some sort of fatigue. We're tired of them ruining every new show and no one's coming to see it. I don't know. This was the only show I actually put in a subscription to Disney Plus temporarily to watch. I had zero interest in watching pretty much anything else, but it was Daredevil I showed up for because Daredevil is amazing. There could be a myriad of reasons. It is a superhero genre. Have they killed it? Have they run it into the ground? Is that horse dead? I mean, that's an interesting question. We've talked about this. They've kind of ruined their reputation at this point with being political or just producing bad shows.
The reason I ask is because I feel that that are the audience of people, basically geek audience, nerd audience, what have you, the comic book, the audience interested in comic book things like this. I feel that we haven't reached that. I'm sick of superheroes. I'm sick of you guys disrespecting my interests.
Well, how do you know?
The thing is that I don't know that I'll watch Daredevil Born Again. I don't know that I will. And the reason for it is that I don't want to get 2 episodes, 3 episodes in, and then out of left field comes something that ruins the experience for me. I just don't have any confidence right now that they're going to do a good show. Now, it could be that they've ironed that out, and this particular episode or this particular Daredevil experience is going to be even better. It's just going to go for it's kind of rocky right now. They're trying to get their feet under themselves, and by the end of the season, somehow they've surpassed Daredevil season 1. But I just don't have that confidence that is actually a possibility. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like, yeah, Daredevil, it's Born Again, it's okay. It's all right. And then, episode 4 drops and it's like, well, why did I bother wasting my time with these other the other 3 episodes when all you're going to do is disrespect me and my interests and Daredevil and all that other stuff. So that's kind of my take on it. My take is I didn't want to go see Captain America Brave New World because it's not really Captain America.
Here's the problem, Jason. You're speaking from a very specific experience, specifically because you are miffed because you like this sort of content. Why is most people not showing up? That's the question. Not you, because you think you're disrespecting the character that you might care about, or you don't like the version of Captain. Yeah. Like, you're not a normie audience. The question is, why are normies not showing up?
Well, I wonder if some of that is that they're not coming because, one, they don't like what's being injected into these the politicization of these
okay,
IPs.
But they don't know that with Daredevil. So is your assumption then that they're just skipping out on Daredevil because everything's already been ruined and they just don't want to try? Is that your conclusion?
That is partially my conclusion. I think that some of it is like the Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. If you build it, they will come. I just kind of have this feeling that if Daredevil Born Again was pulling the fans back in, the hardcore comic book fans, that word of mouth would get around and the normies would come. That's kind of my feeling about, especially about comic book movies.
I suppose,
and Star Wars.
But usually they give things the benefit of the doubt out the gate, and then stuff peters off. Out the gate, people showed up for Agatha, a story about a witch. They showed up for Agatha more than they showed up for Daredevil.
True.
They gave it a chance.
But are the normies really interested in the political message that?
But you don't know there's any political message.
I don't know. Especially with this. But what I'm getting at is that the people who are very interested in these IPs, if they don't show up and word gets out, and this goes back to kind of psychology and stuff. From what I've heard, I can't say that I've done this experiment myself, but from what I've heard, if you tick off one person, they will tell 10 people. But if you please one person, they don't spread the news as much.
We haven't had bad Daredevil yet, Jason. Nobody is beating the drum that the show was bad yet. This is just first week numbers. Word of mouth can take a show after it's come out, but the first week was poor out the gate. There's no word of mouth.
Nobody's been looking forward to this.
I was.
Okay.
I think you're very narrowly looking at this through your lens, and there's got to be a more normie explanation. I'm going to get to some points. Teddy Belcher, how's it going? My Hero is One Win Girls. I've never heard of it. And Chance weighs in. Daredevil's pretty good, actually. I'm on the 3 episodes in, but I like it a lot better than the train wreck 3rd season. I still like the 3rd season. I'm hesitant. Daredevil so far is pretty good. I liked the 3rd episode. Some people said it was slow. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. There are minor nitpickings I have about the show, but overall, I think it's good. I don't think it's amazing. It's no Daredevil season 1. There's got to be something bigger going on because no one's showing up for the first week. It's like with Captain America, which we could shift to. Captain America it looked like a pretty good opening, but it didn't have any legs and it crashed the second week. It had the 3rd biggest drop has the MCU's 3rd biggest second weekend drop of all time, the Captain America movie. And if we shift on to here, we have a Variety article posted on Twitter or X. Captain America Brave New World is winding up as one of the lowest grossing Marvel movies of all time. Oh, things aren't going so good for Captain America.
I have more comments here. From Aaron Beckett. I feel like in certain situations, yes, superheroes are dead. Or like with Invincible, in certain situations, superheroes aren't dead yet. And Selena the Slayer says, I could not care less about Marvel TV shows. Wish they made a Daredevil movie or a Daredevil/Spider-Man team-up movie.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I'd like to see a movie.
Did it right.
Chance says Invincible has been great from jump. Aaron, that's interesting. It feels like Marvel has burned too many bridges is the problem. Nobody's showing up. And my biggest issue with the first week of Daredevil is no one showed up for the first week of Daredevil. You're right. In certain situations, superheroes aren't dead. A Daredevil movie? I don't know, Selena. Sort of prestige television where you have longer story. It worked really well with the first season of Daredevil. Do you think it's not as prestigious to not be on the big screen, I suppose? To not have Daredevil have that chance? It might have been a better conclusion to make a big Daredevil movie after the first 3 seasons on Netflix. But they've been desperate for a show on Disney. Something has to be the reason why normies aren't showing up, and I think we could sit here and go, they're not respecting the characters.
Okay, so let's shelve that. Let's just say let's push that to the side. What are they telling good stories in their movies and their shows?
Well, as of late, no.
Yeah.
So we've gotten bad stories. Now we're getting one that's okay. I think it would have to be just a dynamite. This would have to go back to Daredevil season 1 to overcome a lot of that. Well, this was bad. What's my expectation here? Well, it's going to be bad, so I'm going to skip it.
Once again, Jason, the flaw in this discussion is no one is giving it a chance. So even if it goes back to form and is good, and then it brings in the audience after the fact, no one's even showing up to give it an opportunity.
And I get that. What I'm wondering is, and what I'm trying to get at is that if how have the numbers been? Is it like, okay, we talked about Agatha and we talked about Acolyte. Which one do you remember? Which one came out first? By any chance?
Acolyte, I believe.
Acolyte? Yeah.
So Acolyte numbers, were they bigger than Agatha?
I think so. Silver will
So
find
this
it. We
seems
have
to
some
be-
comments really quick. Marvel has burned up a lot of goodwill between politics and simply churning out poor quality content. Chance is onto something there. And Aaron says, yes, they haven't a leg of trust to stand on because people are done with the pandering, the politics. You got to do better, Senator, or the twerking. We are tired of it. I feel like Marvel TV shows don't have great payoffs. I was so bummed from WandaVision the WandaVision didn't make Mephisto the villain. Oh, these are really good points. I think there is quite a bit of lost goodwill. I think you guys have a very strong point. That
So
well, but,
that's why I was asking about the numbers.
Uh-huh.
That's why I was asking about the numbers. Acolyte, let's say, it's 12 million views. And then Agatha comes along and it's 9 million views. And then we have this one, 7 million views. That to me is people are tuning it out because they just don't think they're going to get a good product.
Well, even if you could draw some sort of declining line, I don't think it's necessarily, because Star Wars is kind of a different animal. I don't think it's necessarily
You're right.
Direct evidence. I think the line specifically from Aaron is probably the most accurate here. We are tired of it. It's hard to get emotionally invested. Like, Marvel was the biggest thing around. It was an earth-shattering movie powerhouse that buoyed up the theater system and brought everybody back. Marvel was everything. The emergence of the superhero movie kind of crippled all movies to sort of sit beneath its umbrella for how long. And its decline after Endgame has been precipitous and disappointing. It's hard to get invested. As far as most people are concerned, you go see movies after Endgame, which felt like a finale far too much. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's kind of bad, or, oh, the story's not good, or, oh, there's too much politics in it. Whether or not you agree with the politics is beside the point. A lot of people don't want to be preached to, I lean fairly right. I don't necessarily need a movie talking about economics and, like, I don't really need that. I need good storytelling, an arc of a character who learns and grows and maybe overcomes obstacles and doesn't just slam through all obstacles so that they can prove a point that women are just as good. Or storytelling is very important, and I think we have been burned. We have been burned very hard over time. Selena says, honestly, I feel like there's not enough fan service in their shows. Well, and then Chance says, as far as Star Wars universe goes, 99% of everything after episode 3 has been a steaming crap pile. Rogue One notwithstanding. OMG, I was destroyed how Black Widow ruined Taskmaster. Yeah,
that was so bad. Such a bad idea there.
I'm going to, look, we are a very nerdy podcast who care a lot about the comics. I'm going to slightly divest a little bit from the points we're making, because there is we care a lot about this content and the characters, and then there is the normie perspective, and people like us can watch something like Daredevil and be like, that doesn't look right. That's not how their powers work. This isn't how they do things. But normies don't know this, and normies aren't showing up. And I think at its core is its storytelling. At its core is things aren't working, and it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell these groups when the goal is the preaching and the politics and the. Not even that's even bad, but if you're going to tell that sort of story, it has to be a good story. I'm getting flooded with comments. Aaron goes on to say, I just don't trust them with my characters anymore. That is a fair point. Literally, the last project I was there for was No Way Home. I'm tired of feeling like the outsider in my own fandom. That's very fair.
Yeah, that's. We all feel that way.
We all feel that way.
Seriously.
Twist, what are the movies where a woman is a star that you guys hold up as an example of premium storytelling? Well, the cliche would be Alien. See, you jumped in knee first because everybody says Alien. Everybody says Alien. But Alien's really good, and it's a strong character. It doesn't have to be masculine. Ripley is fairly feminine character. Oh, look, it's Ross.
Yeah.
Hello.
We're talking about the death of the superhero and why movies suck. And Ross is being really
me
excited.
and superheroes.
Well,
Big
Ross,
fan.
do you have an example
Big fan.
of good female storytelling with a main female protagonist?
You said the one that everybody
Well,
says.
there's more than Hunger Games is a really good point. Aaron comes in with Hunger Games.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell is really good.
Ghost in the Shell!
Not
Ghost
the
in the
movie,
Shell?
but
I
the
like
anime.
that.
Frieren is
The
really
anime,
good.
yeah.
Frieren is really good. There's a lot of really good anime with main female characters.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what was that one? Alita Battle Angel?
Oh,
I love
Battle
Alita.
Angel's a lot of fun.
It's a good movie.
Chance comes in with that at the last minute. Selena says they
I
lost me
know-
after they changed Miss Marvel's powers in the TV show. Fair point. I wasn't big on Legend of
Atomic
Korra.
Blonde,
It
that's
was
the one I was
okay
thinking-
the
that's the
first
one I was-
season, but Alita is premium content.
Top tier premium.
Top tier
watched
premium
it.
content. Toph is
yeah.
amazing.
Avatar
And
the Last-
Katara.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also the Tomb Raider. Probably not the latest Tomb Raider, I like the older Tomb Raiders.
We love us
Any
some
good
Angelina
movie, that's a
Jolie.
great point.
Some angular boobage on the I need video game
I'm thinking of the
accurate.
movies.
Oh. Well, if that's how you're gonna do it. Polly
I'm sure you said it already, but what about Terminator?
Terminator's really
Sarah
good
Connor?
point.
Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Sarah Connor rocks. In both movies, she rocks. And I'm one of the few people who likes the first movie better, so...
Mad Max Fury Road is a really good one.
Yeah, I liked it.
I know that not a lot of people necessarily liked it, but I liked Fifth Element.
Fifth Element's really good.
Oh, Fifth Element's great.
Apparently the dyeing that she had to do kind of wrecked her hair for a while.
Yeah, she had
Wouldn't
to dye it
surprise me.
constantly.
I think
Yeah,
She also,
that's really hard on your hair.
Yeah, and ended up dating the director, who had a history of dating teenagers. But whatever, French.
we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
He made great movies, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, we're not going down a Polanski road where we excuse things people do just because he makes good movies.
Well, the French certainly have, so I don't know. And which is hilarious, considering I heard the guy that, like, the Ministry of whatever, art that the French had, he was like the minister of that. He wrote a book that's like semi-fictional, semi-autobiographical, and part of it he goes to Thailand and enjoys the company of some very young men, boys. Anyway, we don't know which part's fictional, but I'm glad he pardoned old Polanski for that, so that's good.
Not to step past Jay Green's point, but any Ghibli movie, you're right, practically all the Ghibli movies are female-led.
That's a great point.
That's
That's
a
true.
really
Those are
good
amazing.
point.
Yeah, those are incredibly feminine movies.
And the chat's getting out of control, so I'm going to let Silver bring up the most relevant points.
I
However,
like the
Captain-
comment here. Is like,
Go ahead.
I like how you open this box and it's like woman movies and end up with a list of like 20 immediately. There are good female-led movies. There just
really
are.
They're great ones. They don't do them well lately.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Kill Bill is
I
really
got
What do
this
you mean?
list here, and I just have to bring up Lady Hawk. I thought it was
What do you
funny.
mean? War of the Rohirrim was great.
God
Oh,
of Lady Hawk.
It's
Oh,
not
gosh,
like
War
we
of the
didn't
Rohirrim.
have a 3-hour discussion on this podcast about War of the Rohirrim.
look it up on the channel. Please watch. Great content.
Go find it now.
Actually, if you want some peak movie reviews, me and Ross have had some degenerate conversations about a couple of films.
Yes, we have. More to come, hopefully.
Kill Bill is a
Great
great
degenerate
point.
conversation, though.
Oh, Kill Bill's a really good point.
Not
Honestly, a lot of
too-
Tarantino movies are a good point. Now that I think about it,
he likes strong female protagonists in his film.
he really does.
Well, the thing is that if you have it doesn't matter if the protagonist is male or female. Make them a strong protagonist, and the movie will basically take care of itself after that. It's when you do this stuff where we have a Mary Sue as the lead that has no flaws, that immediately overcomes any and all obstacles, regardless of what is put in front of them. And this goes for what's the Gary Stu?
Gary Stu. Yeah.
It goes for the Gary Stu as well. You have to put flaws in there. You have to put difficulties that they overcome. You have to do that. It's part of good storytelling. And when you eliminate those and it's just a power trip, most of the time that's boring. That's bad storytelling.
I'm going to get a couple
I say
comments
most of the
really.
time. There are a few.
I'm going to get a couple comments really quickly. I think we need another movie written like they wrote Alien. Write the characters with zero pronouns or gender-associated characters. Cast, make minor adjustments. Very good point. I cannot wait to tell y'all about my book series, Unfinished, that I want to turn into an anime or graphic novel. Awesome. I hope it goes really well. It sounds exciting. And look, creating something takes a lot of effort and time. And it's stressful. And all the hope in the world for you there, bud. Selena says, I really like the new Tomb Raider as well. I do like the new Tomb Raider. It depends on
Red
which
is
one
a
the
noted
last
fan
one.
of the new games.
I do like the new games. So many strong female characters, plot twists, magic dinosaurs, and religious themes as well, along with lasers, blood mechs, and more. And Twist says,
Delicious.
I mean, Mary Sue / Gary Stu movies are being left in the dust. Nobody will remember them. Well, movies go through, and me and Ross have had this conversation before. Movies go through sort of arcs of interest. We had cowboy movies and gangster movies for a while.
Gritty
And
crime,
sort of
like gritty underbelly movies.
Yeah, and the 80s was
In the
marked with
70s.
like overpowered, masculine, heroic characters that sort of have no threat and they just destroy everything. And then we went to a lot more drama, and I think we are moving towards it, probably moving towards an era where we're going to get a lot more realistic, down-to-earth stories, because we have had too much of this over-the-top content.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a lot more
So many
refreshing.
blue lasers.
Well, and just because I'm not a woman doesn't mean I can't relate to the human experience that female, women have. And there are some great stories told. And like Jason was saying before, it's about the human story. It's about the struggle. It's about overcoming adversity. We've really gotten off topic when it comes to superheroes. We don't need to drag this on too long, but the current indicators with the current superhero stuff that's come out recently gives one the impression that perhaps superheroes are dead. Is it redeemable? I mean, we've had this discussion over and over again, and perhaps, well, if they do this, this, and this, but it's like at the point, it's not moving in the right direction. Even shows that we were coming out for, like Daredevil, that we were all excited for, is underperforming. That people simply aren't showing up for. The numbers just aren't there for. Collect final thoughts before we move into like the news dump, and then we'll read some comments and get on get on with this show?
You.
I don't know. Like, I guess because I walked in late, I'll just like I'm the noted not superhero lover of this podcast. The ones that I was into as a kid were like the big ones, I guess, like especially in the '90s, which was like Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman. Like those are it. Like the rest of them, I don't care. They never interested me. They were all way too fantastical, and it just they always bothered me even as a child. Like my favorite movie as a kid was Jurassic Park, which while fantastical is quite grounded.
I think Jurassic Park might be my favorite cinema experience, but sorry, keep going.
No, yeah. I mean, I was watching that when I was like 5 years old. It just come out on VHS. So, like, I don't know. I think clearly the fatigue of this is set in now that even things that people have wanted for years is underperforming. It could be also just that because it's on the Disney brand, and everybody's fatigued of that particular streaming service. I don't know, but well, I think it'll be really telling with Star Wars, with Andor coming out.
Season 2.
Yeah, because that's one that people say they want. I don't, and with the Mando movie. But we'll see if they actually want to pay for it.
As good as season 1 was, we will have to wait and see when it comes to season 2.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't know. I think that the era of the superhero cinematic universes is dying. I mean, very clearly. I don't think that's going to continue. I think we'll still get like the occasional Batman film, or Spider-Man, or like the big guys, but like these big like sweeping universes where they bring in people from all different comics. I don't think that's going on any further.
To address a controversy in the chat really quickly, Chance says that Jurassic Park blows. Well, Chance, you have always notoriously had bad opinions.
That is an incorrect
yes,
opinion.
We all know this.
Chip said, well,
genuinely incorrect.
We need to have a conversation with your wife. If she could find another guy that looks just like you but likes Jurassic Park, I'd be hard pressed not to encourage her to move over.
Oh my! Brutal. Brutal.
Jason, what were you thinking? There have been really, by the way, there have been really good comments in the chat. I have two questions. Where are you all coming from? And the second question is, hey, I love the interactivity and you being a part of this community because we love talking about this stuff. Feel free to subscribe and what have you. Anyway, Jason.
Yeah, seriously.
Jason, you were going to
say? I agree that there's that Disney really has kind of stuck their foot in it here. I think that if this wasn't a Disney property, and it was brand new IP, new everything, it may have a chance. But because Disney's name is attached to it, and Disney has been notoriously shaky in their production recently, people are just hands off. They just don't trust what they're getting from the entertainment industry. So
I agree. KOTOR was a really good point, Chance. Great point. Basil is a great character.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think, Silver? We need female perspective so that we can ignore it, because this is a masculine podcast.
Yes, I am the diversity hire. Me. Play my intro.
Oh no! It's Silver.
It's me. Perfect.
The only person on the podcast with their own personal intro.
Yeah. I wonder what everyone else's would look like if we did that.
Well, mine might involve an android wife of sorts. Let's move on.
Wilford Brimley.
You got diabetes.
Diabetes.
I love that that's his legacy.
Well, that and the Thing, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Listen, we'd all be so lucky.
Being locked in the shed in the Thing, and they were. Were we ever certain if he had the alien in him? Like, I'm still unsure.
Yeah, because he was building the spaceship underneath the shed.
Oh, that's right. It's been a while for
Yeah, he was going to hang himself before he did it, but then he didn't do it.
Does that kill the Thing? It lives in snow.
I don't know.
Silver, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm very sad for movies.
Oh.
Thank you for that in the chat.
Yeah. I destroy everything interesting. You're right. That means I'm destroying this podcast.
No, you're not a DEI hire. You're a nepotism hire, so that's different.
I see. Gosh.
Very
the
different.
news was a
vibe.
red herring. It's been a hot minute since the Thing. Interesting. He had already transformed into the Thing early on. All right. It's still a really good movie. One of the best horror movies of all time.
So good.
Hey, everybody. We have a special element where Chant shows up and poops in his pants as a news dump.
The Distracted Gamer Podcast. Big steaming pile of news dump.
That's right, everybody. This is Chance ushering in the news dump, where we go through lots of articles really quickly to give you all of the news that has been coming out lately, just in case you were all curious. One, did anyone see the Lilo and Stitch trailer?
Oh, no. I'd forgotten that was a thing.
It's received fairly well, and it looks all right. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Did you see the controversy that's been coming out because of the trailer?
The main actress, one of the main actresses, wasn't brown enough.
No, it's a different one.
Oh God.
Yeah. Okay, so in
that
the
was
original,
Moana I was thinking of. That was Moana.
So in the original, the two aliens come to Earth, and one puts on a wig and a dress and pretends to be a lady. Apparently, they're not doing that in the live action. They're just going to give them like a thing that generates an image around them, make like a holographic image, and they're both dudes. And so the LGBT mafia has been coming out and been like, oh, it's they're taking out out transgender and all this other stuff. He was never transgender to begin with. He was a male alien that was masquerading. He was in a costume.
What are they going to do next? Ruin kids sitting on each other's shoulders with a big trench coat because they're not really tall?
You must find a freakishly tall child.
I can't get into the 18+ movie.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if it went the other way, wouldn't it be seen as offensive too?
It would have been. Yes.
Because like there's a complaint about Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. Very different movie, obviously, but like in the movie, it's explicitly stated that he's not. It's all an act. Like he's just completely damaged, and he's just trying to find anything to be a part of.
Twist says, but it didn't snag me, referring to the trailer. I'm not a big Lilo and Stitch fan, but other people are, and it seems to be received well.
One of the last good animated Disney movies.
I really enjoyed the cartoon.
I'm not a Lilo and Stitch guy, so... But I mean, I'll bring up that it's coming out. Let's keep shifting on through to the news stump. We got to get this turd out. There was a massive cyber attack on X this last week. Like, it took down X for a day or so. So it was huge.
Wow.
Oh, good lord.
And it was DDoS. It was flooding X with numbers, which is very hard to do because X is built to take that amount of network bandwidth. I think there are still the claim from Musk is that it was coordinated from an IP in Ukraine. So who knows?
Interesting.
What the real origin of that is? We did get one with Jake Gyllenhaal as our Egyptian.
The most Egyptian man.
though.
Shifting
Isn't
on.
live action Prince of Egypt just the Ten Commandments? Anyway.
Oh, I
True.
was thinking of Prince of Persia. Move on. So we have a Snow White movie coming out, and despite the controversy around Rachel Zegler's comments, apparently they have been scaling back on the premieres because there's quote unquote fear
Seriously,
of anti-woke backlash, I suppose. If I cared enough about
They
look, I don't
canceled
care
the-
about Snow White and I don't like the show, I wouldn't show up to protest it because that's how little I care about it. As Jez was
Right.
about to point out, they canceled the premiere in the UK, and they have actually scaled back the premiere in Los Angeles so that it's only insiders and their own photography staff. So it's like they're hiding them from the audience. Rachel Zegler,
that
they've
is-
been sending her around like singing and doing these little things in like Japan and stuff, whereas Gal Gadot they've been sending to like talk shows like the Tonight Show and whatnot. It feels like
Well, it's pretty bad when you're outperformed by Gal Gadot, the living piece of wood. Good God, you're worse off the cuff than her. Oh,
I'm gonna
it seems
I
that
did
every
enjoy
time-
Sands of Time. It's a guilty pleasure, but I did enjoy it. Victor has a point. Sorry, go ahead.
The thing is that every time it seems like every time that Rachel Ziegler opens her mouth about anything that she's working on,
She upsets everybody.
she puts her foot in it. Yeah. And so I can totally see why they're sending Gal Gadot around to do all of the actual talking parts, because she doesn't seem to do that.
she just makes really embarrassing videos during COVID.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a good
Sands
sign.
of Time was a fun game. Yeah.
Sands of Time was amazing. It has my favorite death, integrated death in any video game, because it actually fits in smooth. So the premise of Sands of Time is that he's telling a story. So he's explaining what happened to the princess because she doesn't remember who he is because all this stuff happened and he reversed time and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And so when he dies and it goes to the death screen, he goes, no, wait, that's not what happened in the story. And when you hit continue, which is so clever.
Backtrack.
Yeah, which is
It
so
is a
clever
good-
to add to Sands of Time.
Yeah.
Stupid PC gamer. Moving on. So there's been a replete amount of rumors, take this for what it is, that Microsoft is reportedly prepping a handheld for later this year.
I heard
Oh.
that, but
Yes,
that
it's a
doesn't make
rumor.
sense.
I don't know. I have no answers for you.
I wonder.
No, I get
is
it.
Like a Steam Deck. I wonder. Do they sense like?
Well, they haven't tried
That's
to
what-
do
that's
like
like-
the Microsoft integrated across multiple platforms. Like you get Game Pass, but it works for PC and Xbox and whatnot. And maybe they're trying to do a pseudo Steam Deck in that vein, where you have Game Pass. And
I
you
think it's
download
going to
it
be
there.
less Switch. Yeah, I think it's going to be less Switch and more Steam Deck. If I had to guess, I mean, this is just completely. Look, as a verified Xbox fan, I've loved it since the first console. Microsoft screwed it up, but whatever. Here we are.
Moving on. Twist. Ain't nobody buying that. Well, they may. I probably look. I am one of those guys that likes to buy consoles. I am one of those rubes. I like to have them all, much like the Pokemons.
Turn your ball cap backwards on your head before you fight your consoles.
I throw animals at them. They fight.
Or you put your Android wife.
Max,
Don't
I
talk
choose
about
you.
My Android wife. I'll go home and beat her. It's not domestic violence or a crime. She's an android. Look, to give you an idea, I have SNES, NES, 64, Switch, Wii, GameCube, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Xbox Original, 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Sega, the Sega Genesis, I'm sorry, Sega CD attachment, 32X attachment, Saturn, Dreamcast. I'm going to forget something. I'm just turning around looking at my entertainment system. I've got both the VRs for PlayStation, the VR1 and VR2. I've got PSP, Vita. I've got some crap.
What was the one that you got in Japan?
Oh, I bought the mini consoles. You know, remember when they came out with the mini consoles for like the NES and stuff? I bought the minis, the Japanese minis when I was in Japan. The mini Famicom and the mini Super Famicom.
Nice.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Aaron says he's going to buy it for his wife so she can play all the Steam games on console. She doesn't play PC. Well, then it's a good product for you. That seems like something you might be interested in. Once again, we are taking this as rumor because nobody has confirmed anything yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be that somebody at Microsoft said, well, what if we do a handheld? And now everybody is saying, oh, Microsoft's doing a handheld. And it's just a
that's
speculative, what if we did?
That's kind of how the original Xbox happened, where Bill Gates was like, we make computer stuff, let's put it in a console. That's why it was so big, because it was practically just off-the-shelf PC parts.
Right.
Chance says, I mean, the ROG Ally handheld runs Windows OS, so why not? Yeah. Let's keep moving on. So apparently Ubisoft is having, despite the massive financial crisis and the potential collapse of their company if Shadows does poorly, they are having minority shareholders having demonstrations outside their Ubisoft offices.
Oh God! Oh my Lord! Every week it's a new news piece about this, and it's always terrible.
A new Ubisoft "things are going poorly and the world is on fire" article.
Oh God! Gosh. The office is on fire.
Have any of you seen the ads for the new Assassin's Creed game on YouTube yet?
I have on Instagram.
Yes,
I have.
Have you noticed, at least all the ones I've been getting, does not include the guy in it. It's only the girl.
They always start with her. Yeah, I've mostly had ones that either feature her or they start with her, and then it goes, or the way of the samurai, and then he comes in. But it always starts with, like, the imagery is always her.
Like they're trying to hide it.
Well, I wonder why.
Aaron says, does anyone see Space Marine 3 get greenlit? Not yet, that I've seen. Shifting on in the news dump, apparently Dragon Age Veilguard, despite being given away on PS Plus, no one's downloading it.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's hilarious. They're like,
It's a
please
failure
take our
for
game.
free.
No.
It's a failure for free.
Jesus Lord. How embarrassing. It's from the same company that brought you KOTOR and the first Dragon Age and Baldur's Gate. We can't give this crap away for free now.
Aaron says the reason why is they made the dude gay when he wasn't gay, and he wasn't even a samurai. He was a retainer for Clan Odaga. Oda Nobunaga. Clan Oda. Yes, we have had exhaustive conversations about that stupid game.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Yes.
Apparently, Saudi Arabia has bought Niantic, the owner of Pokemon Go, for $3.5 billion.
Which prince really loves Pokemans? Which one? Which of the hundreds?
Which one dumped $3.5 billion out of his pocket? It was just walk around money.
Aaron says Space Marine 3 is officially in development.
Oh, rock on.
Ooh.
No,
Yeah, that's
good.
awesome.
Well,
That's
part of the
good.
news dump.
Awesome.
Moving on. So apparently Reacher 3 has become Prime's most watched returning season ever, with 54 million viewers. And I guarantee you the cost of season 3 for Reacher is dramatically lower than practically everything else that they're pushing out.
Yeah.
I would wager.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Season 3 is pretty good. I like it. I don't think it's as good as season 1, but what are you gonna do?
I would also wager that this has a lot. This may have a lot to do with the fact that we actually have a good protagonist and we have story.
I think it's
Ridiculous.
just guys punching and shooting things, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, who
I want to see
wants
Slab
to see a
Sleet
show
Rock
about
punch a
actual-
guy.
who wants to see a show about actual masculine guy?
Ridiculous.
Boo, masculine boo. Apparently, Canadian devs are afraid to go to the GDC this year because of U.S.-Canada relations.
Oh,
Oh my
Oh.
god. Shut up. Alright, don't. I don't care. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
this is
stay
your
away, we
event.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hey, Ross, here's something you're going to be psyched about. The next Avatar is supposed to be the longest one yet.
What?
my
They're already
God.
3 hours. What are you talking about right now? What?
The new one is going to be 10. You have to
Even
you have
longer.
to watch the
Even
first 2,
longer.
and then he's going to tack on another 5 hours to the end of it.
Oh, you know it.
These movies aren't good. Why? Why'd they keep making money?
wonder what you tried.
Because
You're gonna
people are
watch it.
dumb.
Yeah, which outdated thing? Because this last one was Save the Whales, wasn't it? So are we getting what's one?
Let's see. We had deforestation.
Yeah,
Save the whales.
Yeah.
yeah. Now
Save the Whales.
So is it going to be like a panda one? Are they going to have to save giant tentacle pandas? What's happening in this one?
That
I need to
won't
know.
hook up
Maybe
to save
that-
their own species.
But you know those gross blue aliens are.
Stop the palm oil. I don't know.
Oh my! What is this? 1890? What are you talking about? Palm oil?
Yeah.
Good
Either that
lord.
or maybe it's you know indigenous land.
The British Navy comes and stops the slave trade for palm oil and on a foreign planet.
Oh gosh.
Chance says, I can't watch Reacher and not see Thad Castle from Blue Mountain. Yeah.
And
He
me
still
too.
hasn't
I'm
seen
right there
Alien-
with you.
Alien Fern Gully 2 because the first was trash. I hated Avatar. just
What do you mean? They're so cute.
hated it.
I love what you call it, Alien Fern Gully 2.
I
Everybody,
prefer Dances with Blue Wolves.
Sony has announced
Dances
they're
with
making
Blue
a
Whales?
Helldivers 2 movie.
Oh.
Starship Troopers already exists. Why? Why are you doing
Ross,
this? You gonna burn
Sony
another?
is also
Hmm?
making the new Starship Troopers movie.
Oh,
So we're getting
wait! Isn't
both.
Neil Blomkamp attached to that now?
I don't know.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true, so nobody take that for word. But that's what I've heard. And then my next question for that is, what's the last movie he made that made any fucking money? Because I think it was in 2009. It was called District 9.
I also don't know.
Wouldn't
Maybe
surprise me.
Elysium made money. I know none of the ones after that did.
Hey everybody, my favorite developer, Neil Druckmann, has given us some new
Oh.
clarification on the new Naughty Dog game, Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet. Apparently it's all about religion.
Oh. That's a good
I
sign.
wonder which one.
I
wonder which one
the
it's
way
gonna
he
be about.
describes it, it says similar to Christianity.
Wow, what a shock. What an absolute shock.
What an edgelord
Uh-huh.
take.
Druckmann, you suck.
Has anyone seen the drama with the Horizon AI thing, where they had the main character from Horizon come out and basically she could say random stuff because the AI had sort of collected all of her dialogue, which really upset the voice actress because she's like, it's going to destroy the art form of voice acting.
I
Oh.
mean, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oops. Like, that sucks. But how do you stop that?
People have already been doing this in games already. There was the famous one that they've been doing with Skyrim, where somebody attached AI to it and modded it so that your companion that walks around with you, you can actually just talk to it and it'll respond to you, and it's going through ChatGPT.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's awesome.
So, there's this guy who did a video where he went and talked to this bear and convinced the bear that this one guy killed his friend, and then him and the bear worked together to get revenge on bear kind. It was really weird. It was really odd.
This is Skyrim or
This was Skyrim, yeah.
That rocks.
oh my gosh.
All right, never mind. I'm on board now. You convinced me. All right.
Just how
That's
silly do you
beautiful.
want to take the road?
Oh, so silly.
And as we
The
draw
zine
to a
say something else.
close,
Cloud District.
I want to bring up this one article that just Park Place wrote an article talking about all of the changes that have happened at Disney and how they are mostly ideological, as opposed to. So they're shutting down Tom Sawyer Island, which is going to be disappointing to
What?
anybody who's a little kid at Disneyland. They've already taken out Splash Mountain. They have changed
Ooh,
Peter
wow.
Pan's flight as well. They've changed parts of it to be less offensive.
What?
You have to take out all the Redskins.
I think it's
But
the
that's in the
Redskins,
movie.
as well as I don't think they're tied up anymore. I can't remember.
So there's no drama. There's no stakes. I mean, granted, it's a little dark ride for little kids, but like this is all in the movie.
They changed parts of Pirates, as well as they have changed a part of Haunted Mansion because of the bride in Haunted Mansion. They're like, here to quote, the bride that they used to be in there was an axe murderer. And in this day and age, we have to be really careful about the sensitivities of people. We were celebrating somebody chopping off her husband's head, and it was a weird story. No one's celebrating her. We're supposed to be scared.
Yeah, it was. It was like a. That's a classic story. That's a classic spooky story. A creepy bride that murdered somebody or was murdered. I don't.
Or
What?
was murdered.
What are we talking about? Yeah, I remember when they changed pirates. In fact, I think I.
Murderer. Come on.
Yeah, God. A Scottish man's going to tell us about the Pentaveret. All right.
Look at the size of that heed.
Look at the size of that heat. That I'm telling you, that's gargantuan.
Secret
but yeah, I
organization
think
called the Pentaveret.
The Pentaveret and the Colonel before he went tits up. Because I think I went on Pirates after they changed it. Because they changed the after the pirates take over the town and they're auctioning off the ladies.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be auctioning them off yet, even though pirates were horrible people and that's something that they would do.
Like that's yeah.
They don't.
I thought we didn't want to Disneyfy history. Oh well.
Right. I mean, I suppose if you want to be accurate, they'd all have syphilis and be vitamin C deficient.
Oh my scurvy.
All have scurvy.
A lot more not white ones. We don't talk about that though.
Yeah, there were a lot of black people involved in pirating.
Well, because what other choice would you have? Like you're a runaway slave, and now you're like an entire ocean away from your home. But whatever.
Probably-
Okay.
Quite a step up from being a slave in the Caribbean.
Oh God, yes.
Probably, yeah.
Can you imagine being in Haiti? Good God, I would. I'd be a pirate in a heartbeat.
I'm getting out of here. Or even
True,
Haiti
Whitey.
today, piracy all day.
No, absolutely.
Remember that South Park episode where Cartman got word that piracy is back, and so he went to Somalia to join the pirates, and they all tried to talk piratey and stuff.
Somalian pirates, we.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're gonna draw that news dump to a close. However,
Wait,
what's that?
I don't know if you guys talked about it last week. Did you talk about Acclaim coming back?
No. Why don't you tell us?
Acclaim is. So all I know is Acclaim is coming back. I remember them from Mortal Kombat, but they made a ton of sports games back in the 90s. But do you know who's behind this development?
No.
Double J, Jeff Jarrett,
Really?
the wrestler man. Yep.
Oh.
Renowned WWF, WCW, TNA, and now AEW wrestler Jeff Jarrett.
And Gold Swindler.
And gold swindler.
He had his own cash for gold company, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Oh,
it went under,
I love-
and there were accusations.
What a carny, dude. I love it. God, he's such a carny.
He is a big carny.
Double J, never change. Please never change. You're amazing and beautiful.
He crossed Vince at one point and just never returned. So he got bitter and started his own company.
Yep.
Which
And it
seems to be
it brought us the best of Perk Angle. So
the conclusion that a lot of companies have made of like, screw you, WWE. I'm going to leave and I'm going to make my own company with blackjack and hookers.
Oh.
and hookers.
And some of them did. Some of them did.
And they went great, all of them.
Apparently, NJPW is going through their big tourney at the moment.
Oh, I wonder if my favorite boys, well, they were the OC at WWE, but the Hoots. I wonder if they're going to go back now that they've been let go. They've been fired from WWE.
They may. At any rate, we like to have stupid arguments about people fighting.
Oh, this is a big one. I just remembered.
Sweet.
That is correct.
And
This is the
here
big
we
one.
are.
Get ready
This
to be destroyed.
Bigfoot against the Beast of Bray Road. So, just as a reminder, we have Bigfoot,
My
6
boy!
to 9 feet in height, but possibly up to 10 to 15 feet. Bipedal humanoid or ape-like, covered black, brown, or red fur, broad shoulders, no visible neck, long arms. And the Beast of Bray Road, 6 to 7 feet tall, humanoid, covered in fur, head resembling a werewolf, glowing red or orange eyes, moves as a biped or quadruped, closely resembles a werewolf and or Bigfoot. So,
Where is Bray Road?
what are... I did have that. Let's see. It's over on this other page.
East of the Rockies, I guarantee that.
It's back east somewhere.
Ew.
Somewhere. I'm gonna guess Ohio.
Speaking of the unethical use of AI, Silver, what does it tell us?
Oh, yes. Okay. If it's straight up battle of brute force, Bigfoot likely has the advantage. However, the Beast of Bray Road could use speed, agility, and tactical cunning to wear Bigfoot down or escape if needed. That wasn't much.
Well, I think the 7-foot-tall furry in a fursuit is absolutely going to intimidate the crap out of this dumb ape. That's what I think.
No, don't.
Yeah.
I think you have an
I do
agenda,
have some
sir.
things for you if you care.
Huh? Hmm?
I have some things for you.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, bless you, Silver. I love it when you have things for the class.
Oh, yes. My greatest making stupid things for the sake of
Right click save.
Now it's just gonna take old Rhett 40 minutes to get this thing up here.
yeah. One of my greatest creations
gosh.
for the final showdown.
That is so dumb.
How dare you, sir?
Oh, I have another comment from Aaron Beckett. I'm so happy y'all brought up Bigfoot. So in my book series, The Oldest Naturally Evolved Species on Pryad, the planet my book takes place on, have a species of intelligent Bigfoot called... I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Squatch.
Ildersquatch.
They take the place of elves in my setting. Interesting.
Ew, they're hairy ape knife ears. I love it.
There it is.
Exactly what the elves are. Yes, look at it.
It's funny that you cast Bigfoot as the Joestar, especially since the Joestar clan always come out on top.
Yeah, and Bigfoot's a true
Listen.
hero. A true American hero.
Honestly, I know nothing about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I just
I
looked at
had
that
to
picture
start
like, this
again.
would be a good
Throw
meme.
my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars. I'm living here today. Because Bigfoot stands for freedom. Can't take
Oh,
that
good!
away.
I pronounced it correctly. Shut up.
Look, this is a serious conversation about two fictional monsters having a drag out to the death fight. And this is the final of a long running chapter where I'm super into the fact that Aaron is really into this. About who would win. There have been tears. There have been sweet angels we have
tears.
lost along the way.
In the arms of Angel.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell
Like
you
precious boys.
that that Bigfoot is the man. He is a powerful, mighty man who lives in the West. The harsher environment, I will remind you, than the wherever Bray Road is, some dirty road where this stupid dog man eats out of a garbage can in someone's backyard.
Yeah, what does Bigfoot do? Shamble across a sunny glade? I don't want to hear it.
He is
And
the
always
great
appear
North American
fuzzy in
ape.
any picture.
He has a family. They're called the Hendersons. Good sir.
Listen, you can have this beautiful dramatic story, but the reality is, the real story is that Bigfoot sucks at taking pictures, and that my sweet beast of Bray Road will tear him apart. That's the
Because
reality.
he doesn't
I'm
like
not doubting.
to take pictures. He doesn't like. He's purposely avoiding.
I'm not
it.
doubting.
He has.
I'm not doubting his bona fides.
skills.
All right? We all know he is a legend. He's a legend in the game. All right, I'm not taking that away from him. But when I see the claws, the teeth, the power
You were not
of my beast of
dragging
Bray
in some
Road,
upstart from Bray Road, wherever the heck that is.
an
Wisconsin.
older forest than wherever a Bigfoot lives. I'll tell you that, pal.
I'm sitting there looking at the two of them, and yes, you got the teeth and claws, but Bigfoot's got the height and the reach.
Which one are we going off of? What's he saying he's doing? Does he have his lift in his shoes? Is he 7 or 8 feet tall, or is he 10 or 15? We don't know. He's got those cute little high heel boots.
9 feet
Bigfoot
tall.
is not using lifts.
Well, there's two different measurements, so clearly he had lifts.
No.
Settle down. I will
No.
settle this.
Oh, will you?
Here comes.
Oh no.
Yes, here comes the beast of Bray Road. Here he comes. He's coming toward Sasquatch here. The beast of Bray Road has defeated one in many, as has the Bigfoot, but the beast of Bray Road has something that Bigfoot doesn't have. I bet you didn't notice.
What?
He does, in fact... wield the blood magic, and, summons this.
Aaron is on point. Aaron knows what he's talking. What the heck are you doing here?
Yes.
What monstrosity have you
Takes
created?
bits and pieces from all of the defeated monsters thus far, and he
What are you-
summons them in a fusion-like style to fight alongside him.
No.
Let me just list off the things here. Okay.
Beast of
This
Bray
thing
Road
here.
is not a summoner. The Beast of Bray Road is not a summoner.
Yes,
he doesn't
is.
get
You don't
he
know
doesn't
the
get
story.
ads.
This is bitter
Let me-
Silver
let me
trying to bring
describe-
back the loves
Let me
that she
describe
has
what you see
lost.
here. Hush! I'm going to describe what you see. This terrifying creature has the height and the head of the Flatwoods monster.
My boy.
The slappy feet of the Jover demon. The hands, the claws of the Cappy
Nice.
Lobo. The ears of the Chupacabra. The horns of the Goatland of Maryland. The right arm specifically of the Nandi Bear. The left arm of the Lizard Man of Skateboard Swamp. It has two tails, one of which which is the however you pronounce it, Shuriken whatever thing.
You made this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how you pronounce it. The torso of the Mongolian deathworm, so it's extra bendy. The legs of the end
This little 2-foot long torso.
Yeah. The teeth of the beast of Bladenborough, and another tail of the devil monkey. I rest my case.
I think we just found a new cryptid.
The most glorious thing this bracket has brought us.
What is wrong with
Just
you?
take it all in. Look at this apex predator.
Oh, and he is.
This isn't an apex predator. It's an abomination that would kill itself the moment it took its first step.
No,
Fall down.
Like
and break
RoboCop
its own
2.
neck.
Apex predator.
Do you know what I see? An animal begging for death. That's what I see.
Yeah, exactly.
I see that.
No, I see something thirsty for blood.
Remember that parrot from The Simpsons? Polly shouldn't be.
Thank you, Aaron, for your comments.
Aaron's hype on this fight.
I need to bleach my eyes.
We are so
At
off
least
top.
someone that's
Silver
worried
has gone
about
insane by trying to create
Look
some
at
all my
sort of
boys
mega.
smashed into one.
See,
She made some homunculus.
here's the flaw. This creature wouldn't be able to exist. It would collapse on itself because of how it's built.
You don't know that.
I know that. I'm
No,
a
you
cryptid
don't.
expert.
It's coming for you.
Look at
This
my
was the
degree.
cryptid This was the cryptid he tried to create in his garage. It collapsed under its own weight, and that's how he knows.
I'm going to tell you, that Mongolian deathworm torso is the real weak point.
Throughout all of these things, I've been taking the body parts that have been destroyed from all those that have died, and I've made a Frankenstein's monster.
Is that what you've been
Yes,
doing
you have.
up in the workshop up at the college, up in the laboratory?
Oh yeah.
Good
Cat
lord!
Cruz weighs in. I vibe with the chimeric monstrosity. Do not encourage Silver. She's getting too big for her britches.
Listen, I am
And I
all
love it.
powerful.
She taught the Beast of Bray Road the dark
I am
before
all
magic.
the monsters at the same time.
Yes,
Well,
Beast of Bray Road summons the homunculus.
you need to be adding one more beast to that. The Beast of Bray Road isn't represented in there because he's going down.
No, he's teaming up here using his blood magic
This
and
is so
necromancy.
stupid. When did he come blood magic? When did this come up in
Well,
the
then
lore?
taught it to
Always
him.
had it.
If he has blood magic, then I'm giving Sasquatch divine magic to counteract his dark magic.
Nah, I'm
So
giving,
he would be
I'm
able
giving
to
Bigfoot the
Undo
gun.
you
the
ever
monstrosity that he summoned.
Well, you know what the Sasquatch has more than anyone else? The power of love of a
Oh,
little
what's that?
boy.
Very
Listen,
true.
the power
Very
of love does not overcome the power of blood magic.
No, listen, I've
What are you
watched the
talking
Care
about?
Bears.
The power of
The
love
little,
always triumphs.
the little heart bear is the most important one.
With
Same
their
with Captain
Kamehameha.
Planet. That little
Ever
South
since
American
that
boy is the most
time.
important one.
Yeah, they
since the
say
last
that,
time
but
we
he does
saw
nothing.
Beast of Bray Road.
The
The
little
Beast
South
of Bray
American
Road, its
boy.
last battle, since then, has been off in the mountains training. Training and gaining blood
Da,
What
magic.
do you think Bigfoot's been
Summon
doing?
the
Bigfoot's no
Da,
slouch. That's what he's doing all the time. That's why people keep trying to take pictures while he's training. So he's like, I'm out of here. I got to train.
Gotham
da,
City.
da,
Bigfoot monster is a coward, and you know it.
Hey, I don't like people, watching me while I'm working out. I don't know about you. You're out over there flexing in the corner for all the other kaiju monsters out there.
Okay, what if? Oh, all right then. If that's how you want to be. I, the Godzilla cat monster, join sides with the Beast
No.
of
Oh,
Prey.
well, then it's over. All right, listen, you've gone too far.
How do you like that?
You know
You've
what?
gone
Do
too
you
far,
know why
Silver.
you lose, Silver? It's because you can't handle crowds of 2 or more people.
Excuse me, if I have my headphones on and I'm blinded, I'll be just fine.
If you're
So if
blinded,
you
you're
cover your
stims.
eyes and plug your ears,
I'm stimming right
Bigfoot
now.
takes
you
out
guys.
the Beast of Bray Road while you can't do anything about it.
Oh gosh.
Go speak in front of a crowd. Huh?
No, if I'm there with my best buds, my boy, now Beast of Bray Road, even though I hated him earlier in the series, and my gross amalgamation monster, I can do it.
Look, first of all, we have to bring some sort of organization. I'm going to read some of Aaron's comments about his book so we can refresh ourselves. The Dark Lord of my book, Alderach, uses genetic engineering, creating many different races of species to serve as his troops in his conquest of Priad about 1.1 million years ago in timeline. Good lord. And they are called chimeric races, or chimeras for short, like the kappas, a sentient bipedal snapping turtle-like species that have neural ore deposits in their shells to help the channel of lightning powers they have. OMG, I can't wait for y'all to hear more about my book series. Sweet, dude. So, let's hold on. This is a one-on-one fight.
Yeah.
We are not calling in backup.
No.
So I will grant.
Okay, I'll exclude myself.
Hold on. I will grant you
Go ahead.
that we get our fight between the Beast of Bray Road and Sasquatch, and I will grant you that whoever wins has to fight this horror monstrosity.
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yes.
Except I need to add the loser to it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
He will be even stronger.
And in the end,
Okay.
Silver will not be
Fine.
able to control this creature as it runs amok, much like the dinosaurs
As it
in the really bad
destroys
Jurassic
her.
World movies.
No, this thing will take over our reality.
Oh, great. I'm glad you've made your horrible monster.
Aaron
Dr.
has
Frankenstein.
an accurate point. The Beast of Bray Road and Bigfoot would set aside their differences to kill this thing. I agree.
They could have joined forces. They're going to tag team him.
You know, as the winner, the power of teamwork.
Therefore, the power of love and heart.
After they buried this thing 6 feet under, they turn, shake hands, and shamble off in opposite directions.
There can be only
If I'm
one.
honest. If this
With
was
blood
brought
loss,
back by
Caprice
the blood
claims that
magic, then
there can be only
Needed.
one.
you're gonna
Jason, you've lost control. But you need to steer this back somehow.
Oh, this is
This took
awesome.
so much work.
Okay, so back to Bigfoot versus the Beast of Bray Road. The Beast of Bray Road is at most 7 feet tall. Bigfoot can be up to 15. Let's just say that he's 9 feet tall. That he's the max of the
my boy.
first measurement.
He's not wearing his
Um,
special boots like
yeah.
Marco Rubio.
At that point, the
highness.
beast may have speed, but Bigfoot's got reach and power on his side. That's where it comes down to for me. For me, it's maybe the Beast of Bray Road gets in and gets a bite, but Bigfoot has that reach. He's going to grab him and basically pile drive him. Just turn his head into a smear on the ground as he then shambles off into the woods.
Here's what I'm going to say.
That's all
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
think
true.
of Silverback, but bigger. But go ahead, Ross.
Yeah.
Well, here, listen. You all know I love an underdog. You all know that I have worked with my colleague Silver here to try and fight for the rights of our sweet boys. However, I think my colleague's gone too far. I think she is a monstrosity and she must be stopped. And for that reason, I think we need to put our faith in Bigfoot, in the Sasquatch. And so I'm voting Sasquatch.
I can't do it. Under good conscience, I can't do it.
Because this monster right here, this freak that she has created, It must be put into the ground. All right, and I think Sasquatch has the best bet.
Well, the thing is, okay, well, this thing is gonna go on for the bonus round. We've decided, right?
Yeah, but it must die. I cannot stress this enough. This thing cannot be allowed to live. So,
But imagine the crown atop his head.
dude, just perched gently
Um,
between the peak of the head and the horns.
He
It'd be
is
beautiful.
here to avenge the fallen.
Your
He could do
hubris has led to your downfall.
Your hubris is like your downfall. 2 comments. Well, you also got to remember how fast Bigfoot is in the stories. They could disappear in a matter of seconds, and they can uproot entire trees. Bipedal Gigantopithecus. Some people even think the Bigfoot has teleportation abilities because of how fast it is. Suck it, Silver.
Don't give her any ideas.
Guys, please. Beast of Bray Road. He's a wolf. He's a top predator. I'm pretty sure he's speedy.
The peak of
Yeah, he's got teeth. He's got claws. The Bigfoot has gross nails.
Number one trash rummager, Beast of Bray Road.
Yep.
If he's so much of a trash rummager, then he comes out and throws a banana at the frickin' Bigfoot and distracts his monkey
There are
butt.
no bananas in North America. He is the North American great ape. You Philistine.
I think there is bananas, because you just said that the Beast of Bray Road is rummaging around in the trash cans, which are notable places for bananas, banana peels. Distraction? Beast of Bray Road.
No. Banana peels, comical
Yes.
falling of Beast of Bray Road.
Silver, you have become a monster, and I cannot allow this to happen.
We must
That's,
kill him.
the
Don't-
vote right now stands at 3-1. So
This can't be. This can't be.
Bring me Silver's Philistine foreskin. Excuse me.
Oh my god! Ugh!
I think it looks like the Beast of Bray Road has lost. Who
No,
shall
no.
defeat this horrible creature that Silver has concocted?
Silver, you must name
The
your
final
horror
boss.
monster and then give it attributes.
Give it a minute.
Yeah, it's for next week. You got to give it by next week. We need a name.
Oh yeah, we'll have this
Please.
argument next week. And you have to add another limb from the Beast of Bray Road.
I know, it's like, what am I gonna add to this thing? It took me so long.
Garbage. A garbage can nearby.
give it one of its legs.
Uh,
This is fine.
I'm gonna
oh.
have to create stuff for this next one just to put you down a notch. You've got too big for your britches.
No. Oh gosh, hold on. This is made so fast and so crappily, but it's fine.
What are you making another absurd image?
No!
I was just looking at
No.
my
Translate,
desktop here and
yes.
saw my Wormwick
Oh
my
gosh,
Wormwick
Discord,
photo.
Please. You gotta have access to my camera roll for this.
Thanks, Cap Cruz. I like that. The second head.
Just a dog head coming out of the side of it.
Oh no. You know,
Kind of a
I thought of
Flatwoods
that so
monster.
many times for like putting
I
the
believe I can fly.
Mongolian death worm off the side of the head as like this tiny little creature.
I believe I could touch the sky.
Okay,
City!
bam, he's coming for you. Bigfoot can't defeat.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, he's got a right hand with a gun in his left hand.
What are you doing?
Listen, there's been a lot of Oregon hillbillies that have tried to kill Bigfoot, okay? I'm not buying the gun thing gonna work.
Beast of Bray
The
Road is
Beast of
dead,
Bray
Silver?
Oh.
Is that the gun he used to kill himself?
Guns don't kill people. Beasts of Bray Road kill people with guns.
That's right.
Look
That's
at
the
his
wrong
weapon.
hand.
I was gonna say it's a right hand with a gun in his left hand.
Yeah. His human
He
hand.
He didn't have time to flip
he
the
bit
image.
somebody's arm off, and now he's carrying it around as a weapon.
My eyes are telling me no. My body
Body.
tell me yeah.
Well, that's it for this particular round. Bigfoot moves on. He is the champion. He will face our
The bonus boss.
final boss, the bonus boss, the hidden boss, next week.
At least I won in that aspect. I got I'll take it.
Silver, you're gonna have to come up with
Boys.
you're gonna have to come up with abilities and stuff.
And a beautiful name.
Oh gosh.
More homework for the kaiju.
We'll
I
call
just
her
make
the
it for
silver
myself.
monster.
The cryptid chimera.
Ooh.
Ah,
In this corner.
abomination. Travis.
Really quickly,
The
Aaron
abomination.
leaves us with a couple comments. Okay, so the way Blood Mechs and Pride work, dude, you've got a lot of book going on. You got to finish. You got to finish your book. Pride work is siphon drain the blood from magical beings that they store in the storage containers. The magical properties of the blood that fuels the mechs that the Kemet Nu create and allow them to fire plasma, leap extremely high/far, and move faster and increases wearer's strength. Blood will do that to you, much like eating the leg of a deer in Beastars.
Oh gosh.
It's been a blast. We enjoy your company. Do the like, comment,
Thanks for
and
coming,
subscribe.
y'all.
And we appreciate everybody that's come along and had fun with us. Quick, before we leave, anybody have anything? Silver's better.
I will try to come up with a new bracket now. Look for that in about 2 weeks, because next week we're going to be doing the bonus boss here, and I will try to come up with something equally ridiculous.
Sweet.
I
Thanks,
started
everybody.
watching The Magnificent Seven, and it's great. And I miss old movie stars. Anyway, bye.
I miss it too. And Aaron, everybody check out his book. Hopefully it's coming along. Aaron says, I love this. I'll be joining next time. Y'all are awesome. Love you too, Aaron. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
If you like the show, follow Rhett, Jason, Ross, and Silver, the world's most lethally stupid internet personalities, on Twitter at DG Podcast or on Instagram at Distracted Gamers. If you liked or hated what you heard here today, you can email them at thedistractedgamers@gmail.com and share your feelings. Not that Jason would care, since he hasn't any, of course.
Oh my God, it's so juicy.